Welcome back. This is week 5 of our guitar course. Today we're going to learn something new. I'm pretty excited about it because it can be really fun and it's not too hard to do. Like I said in the beginning, there's two ways that we play guitar. One is by playing chords. The other way is by picking notes and making a melody. And those are the two ways that we're going to learn about. Today we're going to start learning how to pick some melodies out on the guitar. But we need to learn something else to do it. We need to learn how to read what we call the tab. It's short for the tablature. And on your pages today, I give you a diagram, and there's two lines of music, sort of. One line is the staff, and you can see the notes on there. It's the very first thing on there, like it says G, A, B, and D. And then right below it, there's another line that looks like the staff, but it's actually not. There's actually 6 lines to this one that says tab at the very end. And what this represents is the 6 strings of your guitar. From there, each line represents one of the strings. The very one on the bottom is your low E string. The one on the top is your high E string. And as it goes through there, E, A, D, G, B, E. And then what we do on this one is we put certain numbers. If you'll see on that first line, we have different numbers. We have 0, there's a 2, there's a 0, another 0, and a 3. And what that tells us is where to play the note on the guitar. This doesn't replace the staff, but the good thing about it is it helps us figure out where to play it on the neck of the guitar. And so let's learn how to do this. We're going to be working with 3 strings, your G string, your B string, and your E string. And so the first note that's on there is the G. If you notice too, right above it is the note G on the staff, and then right below it is where the 0 comes up on the tab. And so what that 0 means is that you're going to play the note open. You're not going to push any fingers down, but we want to have our hand here just to start with. And that's your open G. The next one, it says 2, and this one's A. Now what you do on this one is you take your second finger and you put it in the 2nd fret on the G string. And that's your A. That's how you read a tab. So the next note is a B, and that's an open string. So it says 0 there on the B string. And then the last one on our little how to read the tab section is 3, and that's our D. Okay? So that's how to read a tab. This is important to know because there's sometimes when we can play the same note in different places on the guitar. And we want to make sure that we can tell where the best place to play it is. So if we are supposed to play this G, we're not going to be playing it up here on a lower string, and so forth. And so we want to make sure that we're able to do both here, read the staff as well as the tab. Now if you look at the next part, it's learning the G pentatonic scale. A scale is a series of notes that are used for a melody. You're going to learn the G pentatonic scale because this is a very simple scale, but it's also very useful. You can make a lot of melodies out of it, and it also sounds really good when you play along with certain songs. So we want to learn this, but I want you to start first just with your hand, and you're gonna push your fingers to your thumb on this one, and you're gonna start like this, and you're gonna go open, and then your second finger is gonna come in and touch your thumb, say 2, back to open, and then 3 comes and touches your thumb, and then open again, and then 3 again. And that is going to be how our scale works. It's open 2, open 3, open 3. And why am I doing it here? I want you to get used to playing this as a pattern. I want you to see that there's a pattern to what you're doing with your fingers on the guitar, so that as you're playing melodies, as you're making melodies, you have an understanding of where to go, especially on what string. This is also something that you can practice anytime. You don't need to be with your guitar. You can be driving in the car and practicing your G pentatonic scale. You can be sitting on the beach, don't need your guitar, practicing your scale. Okay, so that's part of it. I want you to do that several times throughout the day, and just every once in a while, just do open 2, open 3, open 3. Can we try it together? Ready, go. Open 2, open 3, open 3. Okay? Now, that's pretty good. And you want to keep doing that so you can do it really fast. You know, open 2, open 3, open 3. I'll let you do that on your own though throughout the rest of your day. Let's try it on the guitar though. So I want you to see where these strings come, where these strings are played. So just like normal, we have our good thumb position, straight wrist, and our elbows is tucked into our body a little bit. And our first string is going to be G. In fact, our first note is going to be G. And if you look at the first note on the learning the G pentatonic scale, it is G. So we're going to use our thumb and just pick an open G. Open. The next note, 2 on the G string, 2, A. Next string is B, open. Then 3 on D, or 3 on the B string, that's D. And then up to the E string, open E. And then 3 on the E string, that's your G. Okay? Try that again with me, just walking up. So here we go. We'll go slow. Ready, go. Open, 2, open again on the B string, 3rd fret, open again, and then 3 on the E string. Then can you walk down? So you're on the G, so play the G, 3 on 3rd fret, G, and then E, then D, that's on your B string. You got to move down on this one, 3rd fret on the E, on the B string. Okay. The B, move down to the G string, 2nd fret, A, and open G. Cool. I'm using my thumb, and I think you should too, because it's a little easier to feel what string you're pushing. When we use a pick, it's to save our fingers from getting too scratched up, but also we can't feel what the pick is doing, and that takes some time to get the coordination down so you can actually pick the notes here. So I'm just using the side of my thumb right here, just like I was holding a pick, but then I just kind of flick my thumb with it. Let's try that scale again. So we're going to go in tempo. G, A, B, D, E, G. Just upwards right now. Ready, go. G, A, B, D, E, G. Okay, how'd that go? If you need some practice on that, pause the video right now. Try that in a row, 10 times in a row right now. Okay, so you just did that 10 times in a row, and let's do it the other way now. We're going to start up 3rd fret on the E string, and we're going to work down. So we're going to go G, E, D, B, A, G. It's a little harder, I think, going backwards because we have to move up the strings, and going down for some reason seems a little easier. It seems a little more natural hand motion. So starting your G, 3rd fret, make sure your thumb's in a good spot, check your wrist. Here we go. G, then E, open E, 3 on D, open B, 2 on A, and then open G. Okay, now let's try it all together. So we'll go up, and then we'll work back down. Start on the G string, open, ready, go. G, A, B, D, E, and up to G, work down now, open E, D, B, A, and G. Okay, now when you're doing this scale, you want to see the pattern to it. And that's why we do it just on our fingers. And so that you can do this nice and fast eventually. It'll take some practice. And later on, we'll learn a different scale, a different G scale that will be similar, but we'll add a couple notes in there. And we'll want to understand how it fits within this pattern. This is the basic pattern for our major scale too. On the second page of your handout, I have a little diagram that shows you where all the notes are that you play. The open notes as well as the A's on the 2nd fret, and then the G and the D on the 3rd fret. And so visualize it as you're practicing it, as you're playing it. Visualize what you're doing. You don't have to crane your neck over to get over there. That actually kind of hurts you in a lot of ways in your playing ability as well. So you want to want to see it, if you need to, get a mirror. Set that up, and then you can see what you're doing better with your hand. Now, as you go about the rest of the day, practice this scale up and down. Try it about 5 or 6 times. Okay, and see how good you can get at it. See how fast you can go. See how accurate you can also get the notes as well. Now, this sounds like a boring idea, so I have 2 things for you today. Go back, I have another video that I made, and I'm including a link here. Go back and play the songs from week 4 and week 3 with me, and it takes about 5 minutes, and just have fun with those. Then I also want to encourage you, because I want to play the song that's coming up next in our video number 2 of this week. It's called High Five, and this is a cool song because when we play off the G pentatonic scale, we can either read notes and play something that someone else wrote, or we can make up our own melodies. And so on this song, what you're going to do, you're going to play it one time through with what I wrote in the book. Then we're going to repeat it, and you get to make up your own melody. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to make up the melody now. That's it. So you're going to have some fun too with that, and be able to do that eventually too, and we'll work on that more in video 2. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.